G'day Spurs fans, Paul the Hotspur Hippie here, the only psychedelic soccer show on the internet. I hope you're all well. There's a few of you in, nice to see you. Not too many, so I'll get this out of the way. I've got to get something out of the way, folks. I'm glad not too many are watching because, you know, this is humiliating for me, really. For those of you who watched my watch-along stream of the Tottenham Hotspur versus Brighton and Hove Albion game this morning, I gave the impression that I enjoyed the first half, that we played well. And after seeing not only what other fans have said, but what the players have said, and more importantly what Ange Postecoglou has said, apparently we didn't play well in the first half. My credibility is shot. What can I say? I was never any good at football. I don't know what I'm talking about. And I was wrong. I was wrong for enjoying that first half. And I sincerely apologise. And I'll try and do better. I'll try and do better and be more analytical and not so biased towards Tottenham. I'll understand it if you click unlike and unsubscribe and all that. This is on me. This is on me. If I had a ukulele, I'd be playing it right now, but I don't. I've got a bass guitar, but you can't do an apology to a bass guitar. Too funky. So I thought I'd just get that out of the way. I'm very sorry for having a good time this morning. It was my problem. I had a good night's sleep before the game for a change, so I was perky. I even had a blueberry muffin and a cup of Aldi instant coffee, and it just clearly went to my head. So it won't happen again, folks. It won't happen again. Once again, I'm very, very sorry for enjoying a game of football. Them shits and super chats are available. Anyway, enough of that. How we going? How we going? Can't deny it. I had fun watching it. I had fun watching the game. I had fun. Oh, dear, oh, dear. So who's in? Who's in? Who's in? We got Richie B, a member of the Hotspur Hippie commune. G'day, Richie. Nice to see you, man. A valuable 3 points. Yeah, it is, eh? It is. I'm so glad we went for the win at the end. I was prepared to lose if that was the case, but yeah, at this stage of the season, what's the point in getting 1 point? 1 point. I think I'm getting the impression though. I forgot which pundit it was. It was on some post-match analysis, and they said that we should have. It might have been Martin bloody Keown. It might have been him. God, was he? We should have won against Everton, but we didn't, and we should have drawn against Brighton, and we won. And I think there's a bit of confusion just coming down to the time in which you score goals or concede goals. I don't think because you necessarily score a goal in the last second of the game, you're lucky, or you concede a goal in the last second of the game, you're unlucky. I think people are being a bit too temporally bound. I like to see I think they call it in the corporate world, a holistic approach. I like to see the game as a whole, the whole unit. And so I think it was fair enough that we drew against Everton, and I think it was fair enough that we beat Brighton. And I had fun watching it. But only in the second half, mind you. Only in the second half. First half, terrible, terrible. George Carterus, I think Basuma needs to start at 6. So you're mentioning numbers to me, man. I don't understand. I mean, I kind of understand them, but like Ange says, a midfielder's a midfielder. You know, I suppose it's part of the modern game, isn't it? People are boxed in to, positions that are very, very fairly clearly defined, and I think we're on our way to making ourselves a bit more fluidy, sort of total football style, which I'm quite enjoying. So when you do that, 6, 8s and 10s don't mean anything to me. I know they mean it's things to other people, though. So I'm not saying I'm right or anything about that. Yosarian man who joined us for the watch along this morning, bright and early. Afternoon, Paul and hippies. They probably deserve to share the points. What? But life's not fair, that's right. There's no like invisible scales of justice in life or football. I think we deserve to win. I apologise for nothing. Damn right. Come on, you Spurs. Ghost 5. What's that? It's like a delicious delight on a plate, as your picture. Don't apologise, Paul. Don't encourage me, man. Don't encourage me. Everyone was acting like we had a really bad game when we didn't. Well, yeah, I mean, Ange wasn't happy with the first half either, was he? I thought the first half that we did all... hang on. I thought in the first half we did all right. I'm sorry for saying that again. Brighton defended very... I thought Brighton defended very well. Their last-ditch defending was really top-notch. But where I saw the game go for us was Brighton. I mean, it was a good game of football. Brighton tried to play, but they were kind of doing what we were doing in our bad matches. They were giving the ball away. We were getting the ball back. And in the second half, I don't know what happened to some of our players, but blimey, I mean, Kulu was phenomenal for that half hour before he was substituted. And something I'd like to point out here, folks. I forgot to say it in my review. Something I want to point out though. Brighton were trying to do a little bit of game management there. You know, late substitutions, guys on the pitch, physio comes on, all that sort of stuff. And I didn't hear anyone anywhere saying, oh, Brighton tried to play for the draw and it didn't work out for them. So I'm just pointing out that there's a load of confirmation bias about game management going on. That when it works, people talk about it, but when it doesn't work, it's like swept under the carpet, you know. Didn't have... So game management fails again. So that's Sheffield United, Luton, Liverpool, Brentford, and Brighton. Five teams we've played. That's a quarter of the Premier League we played who failed at game management against Tottenham Hotspur. So, you know, you've got to be careful with that stuff, man. Well, it sounds like you enjoyed it as well. I just like being silly when I'm watching a football, man, you know. The worst thing I could be like when I'm watching a game is bored, man. Bored. And I wasn't bored during that game this morning. It was great. I had a nice little sleep afterwards as well. Did a bit of work. Edited some highlights. George Carteris. Something. What? Oh. Definitely def midfielder Bentancur had trouble receiving and turning. Yeah, he did a bit, didn't he? Like he did it a couple of times, which was good, but he wasn't his usual self. I don't know what's going on there. You know, I'm sure he'll come good, but I thought him being playing with Maddison and Sarr might, you know, turn him around a bit. Hang on, let's just skip these. Trying to play ads. I'm just going to skip a few while I'm talking here. Yeah, I don't quite know. Don't quite know. But you know, like Ange said in his press conference, because he really wasn't happy about that bloody first half, was he? He was saying that, you know, we took liberties with the ball. I'm not sure who he was referring to. He wouldn't throw a specific player. I don't want to say under the bus. I hate that phrase. He did want to stab a player in the back. Taking liberties. Yes, and he made the point that, you know, now that people are back from injury and we're up to full strength again, players have got to be on their toes, man, otherwise they lose their place. So that's really good. Really good. I like a bit of competition for places as well. Usarian. The passage of play leading into our second goal was just exquisite, wasn't it? Awesome, man. It was fun watching, was it Fan Reactions Football Club? What was it? I'm only plugging this because I'm in it. What was the channel? Because there's a couple that do it. View history, where is it? Fan Reactions FC, who got a compilation of about, I think, eight Spurs watch-along channels, and he posted it about 5 minutes after the whistle went. I don't know how he does it, man. He's quick. But it was fun watching. It's a fun video to watch because, you know, it put a smile on everyone's faces. Yeah, but Oibier, who was a bit hit and miss, I thought, as usual, but it was a nice through ball to, I think it might have been Richarlison or to Madison, then Richarlison, then Sonny, who showed what a fantastic player Sonny is. Perfect ball. And Johnny on the spot, Brennan Johnson, right place, right time. Nice finish. I was impressed with the weighting and timing of Richie's pass to Sonny. Yeah, absolutely, man. Considering he never stopped all game. Yeah, he must have been spent. You know, when you're getting a bit of lactic acid and all the blood's buggered in your body and there's no oxygen, you get a bit wobbly and shaky. But Richarlison's an absolute beast at the moment, isn't he? I'm enjoying watching him playing. He was crowded out quite well by Brighton for a lot of the game. I think that's why he didn't get really much of a chance on goal. Tell you what, let's have a look at the old predict the football so far. Let me just find that. I just remembered my password. That's how convenient. Get that up there. All right. Do the week. Let's have a look here. It's time for Predict the Football. There it is. It came up. All right, so leading the week so far. Few games to go still. But it's Future Music again. What's going on here? Well, that's a new name. Is that Pete Mack? I can't recall his name being near the top of the leaderboard for a while or ever. Bad memory though. Craig the Gecko, man. Dirty Sanchez, Aussie's Dream, Richie P. Ronald Kim 62, Ronald him. Even Derek Osborne's up there. Where am I? How far have I got to scroll down? That's what you come here for. Football facts, not football bollocks. Look at me. Perfectly poised in just below mid-table, you know. Just below average, but remember 50% of the population is of below average intelligence. So I'm quite happy to be there. What have we got on the month so far? See, I'm not in it to win it. I'm in it for glory. One of my 5-0 predictions is going to come good some of these days. I'm going to jag 1 week. 1 week. That's all I need. 1 week. Future Music, Glenn Hoddle and Aussie's Dream. God, they're running away with this. How's the season going? Now, I've got to ignore... I think I have to... Do I have to discount anyone here? Because I think that means you might have been playing extra games. You're probably at the top anyway, Peter. But look at this. Glenn Hoddle, Aussie's Dream, Future Music. God, people are good at tipping these things. Picking the winners, aren't they? Picking the results. Hey, look, I'm 17th, though. Nearly at halfway. Nearly mediocre. Can't complain about that. The month, there we go. Yeah, I mean, look at my predictions, though. You know, this is what you're dealing with on this channel. What we had so far? Man City 3, Everton 0. I was close on that one. Thought it was a draw there. Wrong. I thought it'd be a draw there. That's wishful thinking. Wrong. I thought Sheffield United would lose that one. They won it. Wrong. Tottenham 5, Brighton 0. Right outcome, but wrong result. Wrong. Wolves 2, Brentford. Wrong. Wrong. Nottingham Forest, Newcastle 2. Wow, I didn't know that result. Blimey. Newcastle are... maybe Eddie Howe is rightfully under pressure. They still got a load of injury problems at Newcastle, or what's going on there, man? Interesting. And tomorrow I'm going West Ham 1, Arsenal 1. Wishful thinking, but you never know, man. You never know. And Aston Villa, Man United 1. That'd be cool, eh? And Crystal Palace 2, Chelsea 0 the following day. So hopefully when I wake up tomorrow morning, I'll have a few more points. I'll have clawed back all the way to the top. There we go. That's the end of Predict the Football. There we go. You're sorry, and you're in the title race. Well, it's not mathematically impossible, is it? Really? Not mathematically impossible. Oh, hang on. I got something wrong, says Joe. Oh, hang on. What happened there? Did I predict a draw and it wasn't? I just couldn't read the right column. Hang on, I'm just having a quick look here. Oh, I predict. Sorry, man. You're right. You're right. Joe's on the ball. Joe's on the ball. Sorry. Yep. I was going for a draw and Newcastle just squeaked a jammy win 3-2. There we go. Okay. Okay. Once again, I'm sorry for getting the wrong result there, Joe. Please stick around. I'll try to lift my game up. You know, it's very hard though. 3-2. Okie dokie. What else is going on? What else is going on? All gone quiet. How long are we going? 20 minutes. Maybe it's one of those quick streams, eh? Maybe it's one of those quick streams. I figured not a lot of people because it's like 6:30 on a Sunday evening here in Sydney, which means it's 7:30 in England and some other middle of the night in America. So I'm not doing this for ratings. I just, you know, as usual, I just felt like it. Just felt like it. Oh, look at this. Joe extends the olive branch of forgiveness, or whatever forgiveness trees are. What is it? I don't know. No worries, comma. Thank you. Thank you. But, you know, I will try and lift my game. Ghost 5. We've got a... Yeah. We've got a... I think it was 0.1, wasn't it? But that's what Andrew's saying. 0.0001% chance of winning according to the superhero Marvel computer. I loved Andrew's response to that. What's a supercomputer? What's a supercomputer? Is it a normal computer that goes into a phone box? I'll tell you what, Andrew's from the neighbourhood, man. He's from the neighbourhood. Now, I've just had a quick message from my Spanish correspondent. There we go. Yeah, yeah. He's very. I don't know. He's from my era. Is Ange? I think he finds a lot of the world bewildering, as do I. But he's found his little niche. He escaped from being a bank teller and found out something he loved and he's good at. Good on him, man. Good on him. Redback spider. I laugh when the serious types think their opinion is more important than someone's they don't agree with. They get off on the aggro. It's an addiction. I know, man. You know, it's all this, isn't it? It's all this. Oh no, I just like having a bit of a giggle. I think people like being right and wrong. I don't care. Doesn't matter, does it? But you know, like me and every other person, our opinions don't affect anything. So, you know, even when people are critical, it doesn't change anything. So it doesn't matter, does it? Everyone can say what they want. I'm not fussed. Just don't come on here. Don't come on here with your attitude. I just want to make the internet a little bit more fun, you know, a little bit fun. That's all. I grew up when I was growing up in England. One of the most popular programs. Well, I don't know if it's most popular, but a really good football program was on Saturday mornings, the Saint and Greavesy show with Jimmy Greaves and Ian St John, and it was fun. It was there was a lot of the lighter side of football, even though, you know, they got serious when they were talking about what mattered to them, but they also had a lot of fun with it as well. You know, when I'm watching pundits and things like, you know, Talk Sport, it's all serious, isn't it? Like what they say matters. You're sorry, and hard to come up with purely football content when your viewership isn't stacked with whingers. I know. It's funny, you know, because I do watch around the channels because I like, you know, because they have news and stuff like that. But bloody hell, the comments, man, it's like we're at the bottom of we're in the relegation zone when we're fourth. Way better than everyone expected. People were expecting us to be eighth. Let's have a look at the league table here. League table, EPL table. Here we go. Now, by the way, I had a look at the Dreamo-meter. Now, we beat Brighton at home last year, so there's no change on that. But the Pro Rata, I think, has gone up by 1 point. We're up to 74 as a prediction on that one. All right, let's have a look at this league table. I'll show. I think I mentioned this the other night, but worth reiterating. Now, for us to be 8th at the moment, that's 9 points still. 9 points. So, for people being ultra critical of us, I wonder what they'd be saying if, because I heard that a lot. Oh, I don't mind if we finished 8th. It's a rebuilding year. So that's 3 more games we would have lost to achieve that. I think people would be meltdown, absolutely meltdown. So I'm enjoying the football. I'm enjoying the football. Not the first half. I already cleared that one up. Just the second half. That's all. Ghost, does anyone know why De Zerbi didn't come? I heard his sidekick, the not Klopp, the Cut Bryce Aldi Klopp clone that they had. Was it a wisdom tooth or something like that? It's some dental thing he's having done in Italy, or I mean, you wouldn't do that in England, would you? So I think that's why. I might be wrong. But it's funny, the old Brighton, not Klopp, he couldn't talk after the game. He seemed happy enough. Right, it was good. It was a good game of football. Brighton tried to play, isn't it? It's makes it entertaining. When two sides, it becomes a battle of the styles there. I prefer a battle of styles instead of a battle of like tactics. If that makes sense. Where you can clearly see how one team is set up, and you can clearly see how another team is set up, and it's just like two lots of AI playing each other. But when it was like this morning's game, I think it's very enjoyable, and I was quite prepared to, lose that game. I loved the way that we went for it. There was a part I found a quick way of doing. Of editing down my my watch along highlights down. I can do it really quickly now. And what was I? Oh, I forgot what I was going to say there. What was I on about? Maybe some nicotine. It's gone, isn't it? Down the highlights. It might come back. It might not. If it don't, it wasn't that important, was it? Soft penalty. I think it was a penalty. But it might be one of those ones that maybe some referees wouldn't have given. But I think it was fair. I'm not really one to blame how games go on refereeing decisions. I think overall the referee had a pretty good game. Kept it moving. Not that every decision was right, but that's, you can't expect that. But I thought overall he kept it going. He preserved the integrity of the game of football, which is what I think the main thing is. So it was great. De Zerbi was cast into the Phantom Zone. You know what, man? You got me thinking. I reckon I could do a Phantom Zone thing on this. Bear with me, folks. Bear with me. Hang on. Bear with me. Because there's a few chat coming in. There's a few people coming in watching. You just talk amongst yourselves. I wonder. I might not be able to do it immediately. But there's a chance I might, so I'm just going to have a quick look. Nah. I'll look into that, though. That might be quite a fun thing to do from time to time. Just whiz off into the Phantom Zone. So I'll try and remember that, Yasarian, but I might forget. There's probably odds on I'll forget. But there's all sorts of stupid things I can do with this. Let me see if I can think of something stupid here. What have we got here? I'll be right there. I'm just having a little play here. Don't mind me. we got here? Oh, no, I don't want... look, all right, look. Oh, look, I'll just give it a little go. I'll give it a little go. What looks like it could do it? Oh, no, what's this one? What's this one do? Oh, just... All right, that's enough of that. I'm getting distracted. Focus. Focus. Redback Spider. I mentioned the first half once, but I think I got away with it. Yeah. Remember? No first half, man. It was terrible. It was... Okay, right. Adrian Cheer with confirmation here. I thought I heard this, but Adrian's... you know, you got to trust Adrian's Cheer more than me, haven't you? Zerby got to have his teeth fixed. Major dental surgery. Oh, well, I hope he gets through it all right. Adrian Cheer. Spurs is the only, here we go, the only Premier League team to score in every match this season thus far. 36 games, I've heard someone say this morning. 36 games straight we've scored. So, you know, we scored a few last season as well, when it was all going to shit. Joe, who's now we're on friendly terms again after my cock up. Joe says, we would want that penalty given for us. Yeah. I think, oh yeah, that was it. The match highlights. I think, I can't really remember it now, but at one point I was screaming for a penalty for us, for Kulu being pushed over. Whether that was heat of the moment or not, I can't remember. I am unreliable and very biased when I'm watching football games. There's no balance with me. There's no room for balance at all. We take a penalty for us at the moment. Has not had that many. I think we've only had one penalty this year, man. One penalty in 22 games. I mean, what are we playing like super? We've played some filthy bloody teams as well. Aston Villa, Nottingham Forest, Liverpool. Liverpool got players sent off though, so that's all right. We've only had one penalty. Conspiracy. Is the truth out? Is Area 51 involved? That's what I want to know. Oh, perhaps it is. One penalty. Got to be our friends from outer space. Mountain Bushman, Stamer. Yab empty dobro. That's what I am, man. Pumped. I'm going to be happy all week. When's our next game? How long does my good mood last? We're not playing midweek, are we? I don't think we are. Matches. Okay, so our next match is on Sunday at 2 a.m. again, man. Oh, well, I did all right last night because I was in bed by about 6 p.m. last night, so I got a fair amount of sleep before I got up at about 12:30, 1 o'clock, and I had a bit of sleep afterwards. So we're playing Wolves. That's a curly one. Don't underestimate Wolves. Where are they in the table? 10th. I think they're better at home. I don't know if they're travelling too well at the moment. And then next, we would have been playing Chelsea the week after, but they're going to be beaten by Liverpool in a cup final. So that's all right. And then we got Crystal Palace at home. So we're oh wow. So we got another. So it's almost like we got another international break, isn't it? We got another break. We got Wolves, and then we're not playing for 2 weeks. Crystal Palace at home. That's very winnable. Bit of a crunch match away at Aston Villa. That's our next 3 fixtures, folks. I would have liked to have been playing Chelsea because I think we absolutely run riot over them. You're sorry, surely you don't have the same level of special effects on your laptop that was state of the art in the 1970s. Absolutely, man. Quantel box down here. Oh, I can do all sorts of stuff, man. I haven't scratched the surface yet. But as I was saying this morning, I'm saving up for this gizmo, a Rodecaster Pro 2, because it will make... I mean, I can set everything up, but I'm having to do it on my keyboard and all this sort of stuff. So I'm doing it less, because it's less fluid. But when I've just got a box with sliders, audio sliders and buttons and gizmos and knobs and dials, I'll be able to really get cracking on stuff. I probably even could tie a knob into like an effect intensity and stuff like that. So I'm very excited. But it's going to take me a couple of months. Super Chats memberships are available. If you want to accelerate that process to help me make this better than what it is. But yeah, late 70s, man. Late 70s. You know what? You've given me a cue there, man. You've given me a cue. Let's get comfy. Oh. You know what? Clicking the wrong shit here. See, if I had the box with buttons. Right, here we go. Let's do it last time and take 3. Action. Talking. Let's sit back. Cigarette's still going there. That's nice. That's nice, man. Ah, don't you long for these days? The phone hasn't rung yet. The phone, that'll be the producer, you know, saying stuff. I think they just used to pretend. I think it was and they used to, when they like forgotten what they've got to say, they just used to pick it up to buy themselves a bit of time. I don't think there was actually anyone on the other end of that thing. But I'm not, you know, could be wrong. Could be wrong. Welsh gal. Wow, it's a long old comment. Oh, hang on, let's bring the comments up on the screen. Hang on. There we go. We can't read it because it's in glorious 625 PAL resolution. Welsh gal, greetings, Paul and the commune. Peace and love to you, man. Up a bit early. Good result. Yeah, keeps the mighty Spurs in the mix. We certainly are. I listened on the radio and the commentators were pleased with the match. Oh, well, that's nice, isn't it? I like happy commentators. Happy for Johnson, man. Yeah, I was stoked, man. I was stoked. That was a good finish. I know. I'll have to. You know, I haven't rewatched the highlights, so I haven't seen that. I haven't seen any of the action again today. I've been busy. But for him to get right in that position where he was expected to be, and just side foot it nicely into the net. It was a really good finish. Good on him. Good on him. He had a shot earlier as well, which wasn't too bad as well. I think he's going to get better and better. Looks like, you know, maybe at the moment it's because we've been relying on him a lot to start games and we don't need to do that as much now. He certainly came on and worked well as a sub. So, you know, I like the options we've got at Tottenham, man. Players are under pressure to perform. So, yeah, happy for Johnson. I wonder why, eh? Oh, the old boy from... You can take the Cymru out of the boy, but hang on. You can take the boy out of Cymru, but you can't take the Cymru out of the boy. Joe, have we also scored more goals this year after 24 games than last year? That's an interest. I don't know if I can find that out, can I? Let me have a quick look. EPL table. Oh, I can't even type now. Table after 23 games, 2023. Oh, okay. Here we go. This might lead me in the right direction. Okay. Round 23. Okay. Let me just leave the 1970s here. Thank you very much. Okay, so this is the table from last year. Very small writing. Can I zoom in? How do you zoom in? Zoom. I don't know. Is there a shortcut to zoom in or something? Zoom. Okay. So everyone can read it, including me. So where are we? Well, we were sixth. We're on 39 points, so we are 8 points better off. But the fixtures were different, so that's why I prefer my Dreamo-meter measure, which at the moment has us at 16 points better off. When you take into account the teams we've played. All right, so this year we have scored 51 goals. Last year, 41. Way more, man. Way more. Is that right? Is that 42 scored? Wow, we scored way more goals. We've conceded 36. We conceded less goals at that point, but who gives a shit about that? But yeah, looks like a bit of an improvement over last year, doesn't it? A bit of an improvement. So what are the points? So the top of the table was 54 points. So it's exactly the same as this year. But last year we were 15 points off the top at this stage of the season. That's it. Season done. 5 points off fourth place. Yeah, the top of the table points wise is fairly similar spread, isn't it? Fairly similar. So if we take that into account, let's just say that this is points wise how the table is going to play out, then you're talking about to be league champions, you will need 89 points. Oh, that's not unachievable. What are we on? 47. So that's 42 points. Get my calculator out. 42 divided by... we played 24. Oh, 24. Oh, don't worry about it. I'm a game out. Fuck it. Don't be a pedant. I know. So we've got 14 games left. Oh, we got to win every game. If we win every game, we're going to get 89 points. There we go. That's the challenge. Just a streak of wins, and we've got a shot. But that's what it's going to take, isn't it? Other than that, well, we'll finish strongly anyway. Good question. Thanks for that, Joe. Good point. Gabrielle won. Imagine if South Korea was playing in the AFC final. Well, yeah, that's interesting, isn't it? Yeah, because Sonny certainly came on and made his presence felt, didn't he? Ange was full of glowing praise for him after the game, and you can see why. He was great. Nice ball from Richarlison, but yeah. Who knows? Different outcomes, but Sonny was there, and he got us the win, man. Got us the win. Adrian Cheer, where's that 70s B-grade movie flicker effects you had on yesterday? What? What? Oh, that was the. Oh, no. That was my. So when I edited the highlights together and spat it out, I think I chose the wrong format or something like that. There's a flickering line at the top, but I really couldn't be arsed doing it again. So next time I'll sort it out, man. But oh yeah, you can always have flickering 70s. You can have all sorts of stuff on this, man. Once I get my Rode Procaster 2, it'll all be power at my fingertips. Coming April, or I might go on holiday to Indonesia. But I want to do this. Indonesia's always going to be there. Daniel Sandoval. Good morning, one love. Come on, you Spurs. That's it, man. Come on, you Spurs. And here he is, David Shear. Nice to see you, man. Who's must been a member a while. Doesn't say on that screen, so we'll have a look over here. Member for 5 months. Wow, thanks, man. Thanks for your support. Thanks to all the members and all the people that give me super chats. It does make a big difference, man. It really does. You know, I'm trying to gear it so, you know, I do those videos up, put those videos up during the day, and they, you know, I'm working on getting the views up for those, so the advertising's good for those. But every bit helps, man. You know, So thanks very much for your support. Another one here, Kim62, another member of the Hotspur Hippie commune. Morning and evening, Paul. You're going to start saying that in real life to people, you know, Kim. You go to the butcher's morning, afternoon. Done it again. Morning, evening. We're just a big global planety world thing, aren't we? Paul, I got home rather late after the game. Wow. Oh, so you're at the game. Excellent. Felt that the first half we could not get our rhythm. That's what everyone said. That, man. That's why I was taking the piss doing this. Not serious, you know, because like everyone said that about the first half. Even Ange, everyone. I just enjoyed it for some reason. I don't know, mate. I was sicko, internet weirdo, sicko. And they moved the ball quick, which we struggled with. The second half was much better. Well, I hope you had a good time at the game. I'm sure when we scored that equaliser, you might have politely clapped the team. Yes, sorry, and I'm starting to think Madders doesn't have legs, as he's rarely given free kicks for opponents going through his back. Oh, do I know, man. Well, there was one. There was, I know, his yellow card. It was kind of obstruction. He looked over his shoulder, saw there was a player, and kind of got in between him and the ball a little bit wrong. No, we're not a protected species. I'll put it that way. Sorry. But overall, I can't complain about the decisions. Didn't change the game. I think decisions really do, you know. Kim62. Well, there's a load of people in here now. Hello, everyone. Kim62, it's great to see a bench. Yeah, man. You know, when I looked at this lineup this morning, I was going through the team, and I looked on the bench and I thought, you know what? At last, we've got people that can change the game off the bench, and that's what happened, wasn't it? It was wonderful, wonderful. It gives us a new dimension. Could bring a bench that could bring we could bring on energy and quality, absolutely, which made the difference from winning the game rather than a draw. Yeah, going forward, this will make us formidable. Yeah, I'll side with other people. Like, even if we were playing. So what I noticed about the first half, though, I'm slightly defend myself, is I did, even though I get what people are saying, but I did see us. I'm comparing it probably to our performance in the Everton game, and when I was watching that game, I didn't have any sleep, so I was a bit, and I thought we were very, very static, and if we'd have got a win out of that game, I thought that was lucky. But what I liked about this game, even though everyone was saying we looked like we were a bit ordinary in the first half, which, you know, I suppose. We were moving around. Maybe that's how easily pleased I am, Ken. I just, if we're moving around, we're giving ourselves a chance to do something. So I guess my point is we were expending energy even though we were crap. So we had to use those subs in the second half. But if we click and mesh together better in the first half, we've still got those options coming off the bench in the second half. It's wonderful, man. Wonderful. Hey, Joe's chipped in with a super chat. Thank you very much, man. Towards the Whiz Bang Supertron 2000 machine thingy. Yeah, man. Oh, I could get two quid. Maybe that's how much a Whiz Bang Supertron 2000. I can get one of those maybe off Wish or Alibaba. I'm sure it says it does the same thing, but it only costs 2 quid. If it's too good to be true, it probably is. You can't con an honest man. Oh, they said it would be 200% return every year, and they ran off with my money. Oh, well. Thank you very much, Joe. Thank you, much appreciated, man. How long have we been going? 50 minutes. There's loads of people watching this, so look, I'm going to hang around a bit. Here, see if any grist for the mill comes up. Have a slurp. I'll just have a chill, sit back, chill, you know. Pressure's on the other teams, isn't it? That's the good thing about that. We've got to see I've had a look at this, but I've had a look. It was a couple of days I had a look at these fixtures. The rest of the team. West Ham Arsenal, you know. I mean, I hate both of them, but I've got a vested interest in West Ham winning that game. What's their form like? Ooh, it's not too crash hot, is it? 1 win in the last 5, 3 draws, 1 loss. I thought they had a bit more form than that. Arsenal, 3 wins, 2 losses. But hey, it's not out of the question for Arsenal to stuff that one up, is it? That'd be quite fun. And Brentford, Liverpool. Yeah, I can't see. Oh, you know, football's a funny old game, though, isn't it? Football's a funny old game. How did Liverpool, Brentford, or Brentford, Liverpool go last year? Was it a draw last year? Remember that? Maybe I'm wrong. No. Brentford won that fixture last year, although Liverpool weren't as good last year, were they? But Brentford won that fixture 3-1 last year, so there's a chance. There's a chance. You never know. Oh, and as usual, I thought there was no chat, but my chat thing's... Hang on. For some reason, it froze. Hang on, I've got the chats here. Mark in. I can't bring these comments up for a little bit. Sorry, folks. Mark in. Hello, my good man. How are you? I'm particularly boo, man. I'm going to be happy all week. Happy all week. Peter Slagger. Good morning, Paul. Who you thinks is our most ever overrated since the 1980s player? For me, Ian Walker. Yeah, I suppose that's a fair shout, isn't it? Cool, that's an interesting question. You know, I've heard people praise Vinny Samways, so I'm going to say Vinny Samways, but I don't know how many people actually overrated him. But Vinny Samways used to wind me up, man. He was like Harry Winks with no neck. You know, he didn't like his style of play at all. So I go Vinny Samways, but was he overrated? No, because when I was on the shelf watching him play, no one liked him. So I guess you're talking about a player that's kind of popular, but for me personally, just look, Gio Lo Celso has got to be up there at the moment. People are giving him benefit of the doubt, and I'm still full of doubt from him. I go back further. Bloody hell, man. I don't know, man. I kind of like a lot of our players. Brendan Muscat. Marlo Muscat hates Spurs. Oh, well, there's always time to change. It's never too late to start supporting Spurs or liking Spurs. Oh, Donovan Osterreicher, another member of Hotspur Hippie community. I saw this. Bayern battered by Leverkusen. Now, I did watch the highlights of this, but bloody hell, talk about German efficiency in the Bundesliga highlights. There, you're in and out, aren't you? You're in. It's like 30 seconds. Here's the goals. Bang, 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 bang. That's it. That's your highlights. Off you go. So I couldn't look at it too carefully to see who was at fault or whatever. But I mean, I saw one of the Leverkusen goals, which was, well, I think the goalkeeper must have been up or something. Were they late goals? Am I right in saying the Leverkusen goal was out of position or something? Because there was a wicked goal from miles away. Because I wanted to watch the, you know, I know I should let it go, but I was watching the highlights to see if any of the goals were our former players' fault. But I couldn't quite tell from the clip I saw. I only watched it once. Oh, okay, 95. They scored in injury time. 5 minutes into injury time. That might have been the goal. Yeah, that might have been the goal. So Bayern went up. And see, that's what I was hoping when Brighton, when their keeper went up for the final corner, the last kick of the game. I was thinking if we get, and Everton did this last week. I just love it for us to get the ball, or Vicario to get the ball and just punt the shit out of the ball and score a goal. I love that, man. That'd be a lot of fun to watch. Now, I'll just keep an eye on when I can start bringing the comments up there. Mark N says, is it me or does Brighton show up when they play us and they always look like prime Brazil? And does anyone notice Brighton are intense for the first half then die? It could be that we're just fit. We're getting fitter and fitter. And we also, like Kim was saying, the quality of our subs is getting pretty good now. Look, Brighton played well. Here we go. Let's get the comments up here. We can do this now. Mark in now. Munich have the curse of Dyer. Maybe the curse of Kane. They got slapped 3-0. Yeah. 3-0. Looks like the St George Dragons say a record of 11 championships in a row might be safe for another 11 years. I don't know who else is knocking on the door. Well, I mean, once you blow it. You got to. It's a long time to get back up there. I'll just make sure that's right. I'm pretty sure. I think Bayern have won the last 11, so they've equalled it. But I don't think they're going to. They're not going to win 12 by the looks of it. List of German football champions. And it is the Chinese Year of the Dragon. Gungsi Fatai out there, Year of the Dragon. Power and luck, apparently. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Yeah, they've won 11 on the row at the moment. St George are safe. Tim 62, Paul. I met Queen Ellie. Lovely, man. Great. I had a lovely chat. She was wearing her lucky Steve Perryman hat. Yeah, I saw, I watched a bit of her on Mia, Spurs Between the Lines, which was fun. And she was talking about her lucky Steve Perryman hat. So it did its magic. Well, got to be something in it. You spoke highly about your good self. She's a good old duck. Good old duck. Thank you, Ellie. You're one of her favourites, I know. We chat now and then on the L phone to Ellie and me. It's good fun. Good fun. Elvis G, another member of the Hotspur Hippie Commune membership. Well, if you want me to get me that Roadstar, that Roadcaster Pro 2, I can't even remember the name. And already I'm seeing them on Gumtree as well. So rest assured, I'm not going to blow all your money on a brand new one if I see one second hand. But they're only about 200 cheaper. I think cost quite a bit. LSG, good morning, Paul. Spurs have made good progress this season under Edge. Yes, man. I look forward to the futures for Tottenham. The future is very bright. Future is very bright, man. I'm just, it was so satisfying getting that goal in the last minute because, that was what I was going to say. When I edited my watch-along highlights, I saw near the end when Romero and Van der Ven were both in Brighton's half as well. I was getting excited, man. I was getting excited because you could see we were really going for the win. And it was just, I was pumped that we were going all out attack. None of this playing for the draw stuff. Let's just see out the draw. None of that. We went for the win, and that's what happens. Pays off. On average, say that's a 50-50 tactic. It works half the time. Well, that's 1.5 points a game instead of 1, isn't it? Still worth doing. Mark N, the Munich goalkeeper went up for a corner at 2 down. Okay, ended up on the floor that led to the third goal. Okay, I was right there, yeah. Adrian Cheer, looks like Kane may have to leave Bayern in order to win to win a trophy. Yeah, Kane's got to go somewhere. Is he gonna, maybe you go to, I don't know, is there a league where someone just absolutely wins every year? Is there? I mean, if you can't do it with Bayern Munich, man, is it too early to say the curse of Kane? The curse of Kane. The thing is, if there was a chance of him coming back to Spurs, if Eric Dyer's part of the package, no. Thank you for your service, Harry. But you go off to, I don't know, there must be a country somewhere where you are like guaranteed to win it. There probably isn't though, is there? Because football's football. Gongsi Fakai, says Adrian Chair. Thank you, man. I hope the Year of the Dragon is good for you. Markin, did you see our dragon? Of course, it's dragons everywhere. The omens, of course. Year of the Dragon, Brennan Johnson. Coincidence? Coincidence? I think not. You know, just to educate people out there. I mean, you don't need educate. I just want to show it. Because it is a cool flag. You know what? It's a cool flag. Here we go. Coincidence? Year of the Dragon? Welsh flag? Brennan Johnson scores for Tottenham? Might be something in it. You know. Might be something in it. Could there be? Actually, what do they do on Ancient Aliens? They don't say it, do they? They say, well, that's what they ask questions. Could it be that the ancient Chinese zodiac thing of years, could it be that it has an effect on Welsh players? Could we see a resurgence of Joe Rodon? You know, I don't know the answer. I don't know. I don't know. You're sorry, and how many premierships have St George Illawarra Dragons won, Paul? Well, they won 11 in a row, mate. In the 60s. So what more than you're asking me that for I know you're up to no good, man, aren't you? What are you gonna? I know why you're. I don't trust you, man. I think you're asking this because the answer is something you can brag about. But I might be wrong. I might be wrong. Let's have a look here. Rugby League Premiers. Have we got it by team so I can just count up? Okay, here we go. Premiership performances by teams. No! There you go. St George Dragons, 15. Won 15. Where's the Broncos? Oh, I've got to go right down the list here. 6. St George Dragons have won 9. Even if you win the next 9 in a row. 9 in a row, you'll only draw level. Huh. That question backfired, didn't it? Although there's going to be a follow-up round the corner. I bet there is. You're too smart for that, man. Shamu Andavoo, Dobadan, Carcaster. Can't remember them winning anything since I've been watching NRL. Oh, yeah. Yeah, all right. That's because we're rubbish. Because Illawarra fucked it all up, didn't they? Illawarra. Shamu Andavoo, might be wrong. How humble. How humble of Shamu. Ren, hey man, how you going? What a game. Certainly was. People who want to play for the draw are pussies. I think that's right. What's the point? What's the point? It's like, I keep banging on about this, man. If you want to play attacking football, you got to practice playing attacking football. And the only time you can do that is during competitive matches. That's where you do it. So when you're playing for a draw or parking the bus, so say it's like anything. You know, there's this thing. If you do something for 10,000 hours, you become elite. It's hard to do that in a football game, but you know they do training and stuff like that. But that high intensity practice, if instead you're practicing your football for 90 minutes in a game. If you only do it, I'll keep the maths easy here. If you only do it for one half of a game, then it's going to take you twice as long to get there, isn't it? If you play 60 minutes instead of 90 minutes, it's going to take you, a third of the time again longer. Or half the 50, or whatever. You know, I'm making a point. Just can't do percentages and add up. Derek Smith, are we getting better for the rest of the season? We certainly are, man. We certainly are. And I'm sorry to give you an epileptic fit with my highlights video. And hello. Adrian Cheer. Oh, my Lord. This is inflation. This is inflation. Two Singapore dollars 98. Thanks, man. And I saw you. Did you say? Hang on. Did I skip your comment? No, I didn't. I said it. Yeah, Gung Si Fa Kai. Why do you think some of our fans diss Johnson? Oh, well, it's look. I think part of it's the price tag. And look, he hasn't been superb, but I think he's been good enough. And I think it's because we had, all our other signings just started playing really well, really quickly, and then Johnson is getting there. But I'm fine with. I really am fine with that. I think there might be a little bit also in there of, well, this was Angie's pick. This was Angie's pick. Ange picked him. Just saying. So if Johnson's rubbish, Ange must be rubbish too. Look, anyway. But, I mean, that aside, no manager gets all their signings right anyway. But I think Johnson will be just fine. Just fine. But there's some reasons for you. I hope I earned my $2.98 for you there. Thanks, man. Thank you very much for your support. Ren, if the ball is in our half of the field and we're defending, we're more likely to concede. I know, because the ball's like closer to there, isn't it? I don't understand how people can't see that. It's better to be attacking. Am I missing something? Well, it's the conventional wisdom these days, Ren, from pundits and everyone that it is possible. There's this mysterious thing called seeing out a game. Seeing out a game, which is doing what you're saying. You let them play in our half of the pitch. When we get the ball, we do bugger all with it, except, waste time with it. I absolutely... You're saying what I'm saying, man. I agree with you. The more the ball's up there, the less it's down there, isn't it? I don't know. Sometimes these ideas spread. It's like memes, or it's like phrases that wind me up. Like the number of people I see on the internet saying, "Oh, the definition of insanity is to keep doing the same thing and expecting a different result." The number of times I fucking hear people saying that, and sometimes they throw in the extra bit as well. Well, as Einstein said, and that's when Einstein didn't say that. Einstein did not bloody well say that. And that is not the definition of insanity. You don't sound very clever. But you see, usually once a posh person says it, with a funny haircut, Well, of course, it is possible to see out a game by defending. And, that's the orthodox way to play association football. I find it quite astonishing that anyone would have the audacity to play football. It's wasteful. So someone clip that and then it'll spread round. No, not that one, because I don't agree with it. I'm lying. The thing spread. It's funny, isn't it? We're all sponges, man. We're all sponges. We all feed off each other, You are who you hang around with. Sarah L. Hello, man. The win was a much-needed lift for Sonny. Yeah, I didn't even think of that, man. A much needed for Sonny after his devastating semi-final loss at the Asian Cup. That's another good reason for it then, isn't it? Yes, man. It was so sad to see him being so hard on himself. Yeah, he took it very personally. But that's what captain does, I guess. You take the glory and you take the failure on the chin. And, yeah, I felt for him. Because he was gutted. I don't know, is he going to get another chance to do it? Who knows, man? It's a shame. But he's shown again that he's world class. Absolutely, without a doubt. Yeah, I love that ancient aliens guy with his hair all like that. Not Eric Van Daniken, some other bloke. He's got mad hair. He's like, could it be that knowing that these non-Europeans couldn't have possibly cut squares, could it be aliens helped them? because only Europeans have the technology to, you know, use a set square and a plumb line and make tools and stuff. Couldn't have been non-Europeans. It must have been aliens. I mean, I'm not saying it was aliens, but could it have been aliens? Yeah, sorry, and BJ's celebration was cool, calm and collected. I can't remember it, man. I'll have to watch it again. Actually, when I get off this stream, I'm going to watch the highlights again, man. It's a shame I can't do it like on here. You know, you just get pinged. You know, I mean, you could actually legitimately show it and say you're doing review, because that's a fair use. But I think the Premier League might have other things to say about that. Bloody intellectual property laws are an absolute joke. Dragoshin. Oh, there's another one! Of course! Oops, not that one. Whoa, whoa. Oh, hang on. I was looking at that, wasn't I? I've moved away from it. There we go. I got rid of the picture. But you get what? Coincidence? Dragoshin? Brennan Johnson? Year of the Dragon? Could it be? Usually how I am after... here we Brennan the Rock Johnson. Are you saying he looks a bit like The Rock? I mean, I can almost see it in a funny way, man. Oh, here we go. It is the Illawarra part that's shit house. You're sorry, and I'm not bringing that up on a... I'll bring it up for a second, and then that's it. That's all the coverage you get, mate. St George Illawarra. Yeah, Illawarra. Well, they ever win nothing. I'm only, you know, the reason I follow St George is probably more because it was the first rugby league game I went to not long after. Well, it would have been in 1997, actually, 1997. But I didn't really follow much rugby league. But a friend of mine is a St George Dragons fan, so I started watching it just so I could take the piss out of him. But then there's been a few games where they play well. It's like, oh, come on, St George. They kind of sucked me in. But it's probably because I saw them as well at Cogra. And I feel utterly betrayed. Utterly betrayed. Clem62, bringing Johnson on as an impact player will help him and his confidence. Yeah, man. I think competition will help the team. It always does. Always does. Excellent. Good times at Tottenham, man. Good times at Tottenham. Move Vandervoo. Raiders ain't much better, Paul. It's all good. Well, you know, at least we're better than West Tigers. Another merged team. Two bottom teams, both merged teams. Coincidence? Brian, and also you need to remember that the Broncos are just terrible, even when they win. I quite enjoyed watching them last year, actually. I like, what was his name? Reese Phillips, or I can't remember his name. I'm not big on players' names, but I quite... The Broncos seem to have a good spirit about them last year. I know they fell short of winning the grand final, but they were fun to watch. I hate saying that in front of Nassarian, though. But, yeah. Well, Scout, thanks for showing the flag, Paul. Well, it's the year of the dragon, Gunsi Fakai. Chamu Vanavu, maybe go back to Siren Biss for the midfield. Yeah. Well, you know, while Bentancur gets whatever, I don't know. Get Benty off the bench next time. I think that's a good shout. It hasn't been too hot the last two games. Yeah, and it's not the reason I thought. I think that's a fair. I thought Biss was pretty. Biss looked pretty good today. New haircut. He looked good, very good. Shamu Vandervoo. Oh, I reckon I could just see the only thing I'm saying. I reckon you're doing this, and this is going to be like a comedian. The only thing I want to be seeing out is the bus driving down Tottenham High Road as Premier League champions. Am I right? Am I right? Am I right? You can get hell yeah, that's it, man. Fucking hell, that would be it. I'd scratch up what belongings I have and flog the lot to be part of that parade. Ren, also I'm a goalkeeper. All right, now Ren. And I genuinely feel like we win more the less the ball is near me. Did you see Ren, all the, Vicario is all weak and flaky. He needs to sort that out. So Brighton tried the old, from a corner, doing what Man City did. Was it Everton that did it as well? And the simple answer, we just put Maddison in there, in between him and the player. That was the end of that one, wasn't it? That was the end of that. One bodyguard. Didn't work. So I think that's problem solved. Crisis averted. Everyone was having a flap over that. God sakes, how many goals? Oh, he did some good saves today. 2 brilliant saves from Vicario. Brilliant. Are you impressed with him, Ren? I am. Move Andavoo. Favourite goalkeeper, Ren? Mine is Oliver Kahn. All right, Ray Clements. I probably Pat Jennings. I'm going more of who I've seen more live, though. I've only seen Pat Jennings play live once. But I'll probably still have to give it to Pat Jennings. I know I'm butting into your question here, but it's a good question. But I did see Ray Clements a lot, and he was fantastic. But Vicario, man, he's exciting. He's got personality. He's a nutcase. I think goalkeepers need to be a bit crazy. They really do. Not saying Ren's crazy or anything. Or Jacob from United Spurs of America. He's definitely not crazy. Move Andavoo, Giorgio, something. Kim62. Ange talking about Sonny after the game shows how much Tottenham needs him in the team. Yeah, he's a world-class player, but he never gets the recognition from others. Why is that? Not saying anything. Hotspur Hippie channel, though. No, Son is absolutely amazing. Absolutely amazing. Derek Smith, 14 consecutive. Oh, okay. So St George are not the record holders. Skonto, 1991 to 2004. I'm going to have to... Did you... Oh, okay. You got a bit more... Here we go. The most consecutive wins of a football national top division by a men's team is 15. Oh. Achieved by Tafea FC Vanuatu between 94 and 2008. Oh, well. So my mate, the St George Dragons fans, full of shit then. They're not the world record holders. Thanks, Mountain Bushman. Led me astray. Let me. So you're saying there's a chance, Dumber and Dumber. I don't know what I've forgotten, man. Buffon for Welsh Gal and the goalkeeper stakes here. Mr. Fun and Eddie, all the Hotspur Hippie community members are flocking into attendance. Hello, folks. Thanks for your support. Big up, Paul. Peace and love. That's it. Peace and love. World needs more of it. It's easier, isn't it? It's easier than aggro. Well, you know, when I'm driving around and get road rage, I'm in the habit now of, if someone gets angry, I just can't be, peace, give them a smile. I'm not going to descend into their world. Jamove Andavoo, decent pick there. Well, BJ Celebration was like he used to play for Brighton, more muted than Richarlison last week. I'll have to have a look at this. Ren, yeah, I wasn't worried about it. Me neither, man. Me neither. It was so easy to fix. I don't know how they would fix it, but I figured it would be fixed somehow. And all it took was you stick another player in there. And then the ref comes over and says, well, you lot have to sort all... And then that was it. They only tried it once. That's it. So, yeah, good. Okay, good. Well, you would know you're a goalkeeper. Ren Vicario is my favourite. I love everything about him, his passion and communication and observation, and obviously his skills. Yeah, something I was chatting to, I think it might have been Queen Ellie about. She was saying that Vicario is always barking, organising the defence, which didn't really see Hugo do that. I know time's gone by. Hugo's enjoying his extra £2 million he got from Tottenham. He's your screensaver. Well, if you're going to have a saver, you might as well have a goalkeeper like that on it. Your screen is in safe hands. No burn in with that. Gordon Banks, I mean, before my time, man, but that's what people say. You go back further and people would say, the other Spurs player, Ted Ditchburn. So we all got our favourites, man. The thing about Gordon Banks is, you know, that save he did from Pele. I can't quite, because the footage doesn't, you know, my brain doesn't work with that. I can't quite understand why it's so good, but I understand after, you know, Pele saying he couldn't believe it, so that's good enough. But maybe if I was watching the game at the time, it would have been different. But that footage just, it doesn't kind of sing to me. It looks like a good save, but everyone reckons it's one of the best. Ren, crazy. Good. Well, you're a good goalkeeper then. Ghost 5. I loved how Vicario grabbed Cootie by the scruff of his neck. I did see this. It's all that, wasn't it? They just screamed at each other in celebration. Yeah, there wasn't much of that happening last year. Paz Radfar, close again, but no cigar. We'll get there for you one day, sir. Big up, Paul. We were only one goal short of my prediction. Needed Richie to finish that 1-1 chance. Yeah. It'll happen. Who's going to happen first? Is it going to be your 3-1 or is it going to be my 5-0? That's the thing. That's the eyes on the prize, man. No prize, just honour and glory. Paz Radfar, 3-1 Spurs versus Hotspur Hippie, 5-0 Spurs. There can be only one winner. Redback Spider, did you see Chris Cowling's interview with Neil Ruddock? Yes, I did. Anyone who's watching, it's well worth watching Chris Cowling's interview with Neil Ruddock. My favourite Neil Ruddock memory is he scored a goal at Port Vale when we lost 2-1 in his first stint at Tottenham. I'm a newbie, so I wasn't aware of who he is, but I laughed a lot. Hilarious. Yeah, he's a good character, isn't he? He's a good character, and he's a proper Spurs guy as well. Supported Millwall and Tottenham. Got a Tottenham tattoo. He shows it on the video. Yeah, if you want more Neil Ruddock, mate, let me find. I don't listen to many Spurs podcasts. The only ones I listen to, and I haven't actually listened to some of these for a while. The Steve Perryman podcast. Has he got a new episode yet? I'm waiting for another new episode. He doesn't, you know, whenever he feels like it. The Steve Perryman podcast. I was listening to The View from the Lane, but I've stopped listening to that a while ago because when we started going through our losing streak, I thought they were just down on Spurs too much. And suicide football and that sort of stuff. But I like Danny Kelly, so when times are good, I'll start listening to that again. I do like Danny Kelly. The Spurs Show, which has been going years and years, Mike Lee and Theo Delaney, they often have old players on it, and I'm thinking this is where I might have heard Neil Ruddock. Yeah. There's an episode from 11 months ago on the Spurs Show. It's called. I mean, that's what it looks like. Focus. Anyway, about an hour long. Very funny. There's another great one. The ones where ex-players on that. Chris Waddle is a hoot as well. Chris Waddle is hilarious. Because there's this running thing that he, you know, before he played football, he worked in a sausage factory. That was what the common vernacular was. But he always points out it wasn't a sausage factory; it was a savoury meat place. Very funny guy. He's got some great Gaza stories. Oh well, you're getting in with the history there, Redback. Nah, Neil Ruddock here, 2 spells with us, and I really enjoyed watching him play. I thought he was a great player. In fact, I was sad when we sold him, which would have been in 1989, maybe, something like that. 88, 89, but he did come back. Lemmy, I reckon Ange was quoting Dumb and Dumber. Oh, what about? I've forgotten. Sorry, man. Yes, sorry, and I'd have Lloyd Christmas on my team. Is that Dumb and Dumber? I don't know. I'm getting lost here. My brain's getting... Maybe I'm getting tired. Communication is one of the most important parts of goalkeeping. Yeah, that's why I was a shithouse keeper. I thought I'd give it a go. I lasted 10 minutes before I was substituted. I let 3 goals in. Derek Smith, achieving world peace and love necessitates fostering empathy, respect and cooperation globally while addressing root causes of conflict and promoting justice and equality for all. Doesn't sound that hard really, doesn't it? To me, it's just governments. Here we go. We're on this bit again. Governments are the ones that stop us from doing it. Like, people all over the world just want to get on with their lives, you know. Have families, have friends, do. Put food on the table. But it's people at the top that get us all riled up and make us fight each other. Ren, I hadn't even thought of that screensaver joke. Well, you know, everyone's a winner here, man. Daniel E, definitely Buffon. I don't think I've seen much of Buffon. What keeper recently? Well, a lot of non-Tottenham keepers. Oliver Kahn was pretty... He was pretty tough to score against, wasn't he, Oliver Kahn? What other international? René Gita. German goalkeepers tend to be pretty good. Who they got? Have they got Neuer at the moment? The cat. I've forgotten his name now. German goalkeepers are very good. Ren, I play a high line makes sense to me. Yeah. Because if you're going to run, you might as well do your running in their half of the pitch, eh? Derek Smith, Vicario and Romero were beating each other up. Fans round for 3 on Spurs, 5-0 Paul. Yeah, that's me. It's good. I've come close as well. 5-2 Burnley. 5-2. I'm not out of the. I'm not on the planet Coosbane exactly. Welsh girl, Razor Ruddock. He's off his head. He's a nutcase. He is. Top guy. He appears on Talk Sport now and then. Derek Smith, and stop thinking religion is any volition. Oh, I disagree with that, man. It's not religion that stuffs things up. It's people who run religions. Just like people who run governments. You know, people claim they're speaking on behalf of religions and they just stuff it up for everyone. Happens in my religion, happens in other people's religions. You know, just what happens in the world, man. Anything that can be used as an instrument of power gets used by an instrument of power by some dickhead and the whole thing gets corrupted. But I get why you'd be saying that, man. I get why you'd be saying that. Rin, I'm going home to Sydney to visit family in a few months. Are you Ubering around the airport area? Always. I'll probably go to the airport about 5 times a day. I want to check out the Spurs club thing too while I'm there. Well, if you find it, let me know. Again, shout out to anyone in Sydney that let me know when the Surrey Hills Hotel shows matches. Because on the website it says, we show every game. Enjoy the atmosphere of a North London pub. And I went there and it was fucking closed. So I ain't going there again because I missed 10 minutes of the kickoff. But if you find out, Ren, let me know, man. B. That's Radford 3-1 Spurs. Why was Johnson celebrating so amused? I'll have to have a look at this because everyone's saying this. And I missed it. Maybe because I was just like... I was so excited. So excited for the result, but I just stopped paying attention. I just phased out of this plane of existence. Derek Smith, Eric van der Sar was very good, yeah, especially when he was playing for Holland. I remember it was a fairly unlucky semi-final in the World Cup. Might have been France '98 that they had against Brazil. I think they might have gone out on penalties in it. But that was a good Dutch team, and Edwin van der Sar was unlucky. He was a good keeper. Excellent keeper. Lekker. Yashin. Oh, Lev Yashin, here's another one. Ika Casillas, don't know him. Sorry, Sar jumped into the crowd for a celebration. That's what I would do. Renner's WWE celebration like his favourite wrestler. Oh, okay. All right, folks, look, I've been going about an hour and a half here, but you've kept me lovely company here. Thanks very much, folks. That was a good stream. I always say that because if it weren't, I would have finished it an hour ago and just, you know, come back another time. But thanks, folks. So let me hang on. Might be some breaking news here. My correspondent in Spain has just messaged me here. No serious updates there. Pichka, man, Pichka. Oh, I'm just giggly now. Okay, let's get professional. Here we go. All right, so thank you to David Shear, who's a member for that commune for 5 months. Thank you to Joe and Adrian Cheer for the super chats. Thank you very much for your support. It does make it makes a massive difference, man, to the channel. It's inspiring, gives me a bit of light at the end of the tunnel, and you know, gives me a bit of pocket money. That you know, super chats and memberships and advertising enabled me to buy all this, really. So you know, a little goes a long way. I try and stretch it out as much as possible. So thanks very much. If you've watched and you click like and subscribe, that's cool. But if you ain't, I get it. Thanks to everyone that's watched and commented, as always. I've had fun chatting to you lot out there. No dickheads tonight. That's great. And if you're watching this afterwards for some mysterious reason, I don't mean ancient aliens. Could it be? I hope you've enjoyed it. I hope it's sort of distracted you a bit away from life, just like our magnificent win in the last seconds of the game, where game management didn't work for Brighton. Don't forget that out there. Didn't work for Brighton, Sheffield United, Luton, Liverpool. None of them. We went for the win and we got it, and that makes me a happy bunny. Till next time, folks. Peace and love, man. Peace and love. And come on, you Spurs.